Apple is not worse than Microsoft Windows, at least when it comes to the setup process of a new Mac or a new Windows install. In my videos where I go over setting up a new Windows install, like on an ARM PC or whatever, I often complain about the fact that I have to basically hack the system just to be able to log into a user account that's local and not tied to my Microsoft Cloud account. And people often post in the comments that Macs are the same way. Apple does the same thing. They tie you to iCloud and all that. I'm pretty sure that's not the case. Last time I set one of these up, it wasn't the case, but this is a new M4 Mac Mini Pro, or M4 Pro Mac Mini, that I'm going to be setting up here in the studio for some things. And I'm going to turn it on for the first time ever. I just unboxed it, just plugged it in, and we'll see if that's true. Now, Apple's not perfect. I mean, they did put the power button on here on the bottom, which is ridiculous. But we're going to see when it boots up what it asked me to do. I'm not going to connect it to the internet at all. I'm not going to open up a terminal session and type in commands like OOBE and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to try to set this up with a local account without doing anything else. And I have this little portable external recorder, so I'm going to start recording on there so you can see how I'm doing. So first of all, we'll go through the standard language and keyboard selection, all that kind of stuff. And United States. And English is fine. I don't need any of those. I'm not going to connect to any Wi-Fi. It does say, like, you know, it's great to have the internet, but I'm not going to. And I'm going to continue through here. I'm not going to transfer anything from another Mac. Agree to the terms. Nobody reads those anyway. And I'll create an account. And the eagle is fine. And notice I did not have to do any special hacking to get the computer to allow me to create a local account. All I said is, I'm not going to connect you to Wi-Fi. And it's like, okay, I'm fine with that. I mean, that's pretty much as easy as Linux, at least some distributions. There are some distributions that just don't assume internet access, but most of them do nowadays, just like macOS did. And before you start complaining, yes, I use Linux on servers and on Raspberry Pis, and I run Linux in containers. The reason I use Macs here at the studio is because I do a lot of media production. And doing media production in Linux with 4K video, raw video, audio, all that kind of stuff, it can be done, but it's not as fun. So that's why I use Mac still. I have a lot of memory of all the commands for Final Cut Pro because I used Final Cut Express back in high school. Anyway, that's a whole thing. I'm not going to turn on location services. Don't use them. And we'll set our time zone to Chicago. And don't share any analytics. And I don't need screen time. I definitely don't need Apple Intelligence. That is one thing that I will ding Apple very strongly on. Stop trying to advertise Apple Intelligence. Not only is it not intelligent, but it's also ridiculous that I get like ads for Apple Intelligence. I don't need ads for new features. I can follow the news if I want to enable a new feature. But dark mode for the win. And that's it. I'm now on the Mac. I can continue, and you know, that's the video. There's not much more to it. If I do sign into the App Store on the Mac, it will tie my Apple account to the Mac, but it won't set up iCloud. I have to, it's a manual process to turn on iCloud and all the synchronization stuff. On Windows, if you sign in with your Microsoft account, it will actually like tie that to your user account. I think you can still log in locally if you don't have Wi-Fi or something, but it's just ridiculous how much Microsoft is really pushing people. You have to have a cloud account. You have to be signed into the cloud. Apple doesn't do that. So I guess win one for Apple, and please stop commenting that Apple is doing the exact same thing Microsoft is doing, because they aren't. I'm not saying Apple's perfect or even that they're good. It's just that they are better than Microsoft on that aspect.